Alrighty. Okay, guys, injury-wise, Tutu is the only one that went out of the game. I'm not sure what it is with his shoulder, so I'll have further updates for you guys tomorrow when we connect. But overall, really like the way that we came out from the jump. I thought, to be able to come out on the opening drive to score, to get the stop, and then to go right back down the field, that didn't really put us in a very good situation on the fourth down, but I still think it's a play that we can execute, but I think it starts with me there. But then, defense getting the stop, we end up converting that to get to 10-0, then turns into 17-0 after Ernest Jones ends up getting the interception. So I thought it was really good complementary football. To be at a point where you're up 38-0 is really a tough thing to do in this league. Obviously, we'd like to be able to finish the game better than what we did, but that was a really great job by Johnny Hecker in that punt situation, and then Skoranek being able to down it there. So that's a real positive, but a lot of things that we can build on, and we got a great challenge coming up ahead of us. So to get to 7-1 is a real credit to our players. Certainly there's a lot of work to do. A lot of things we need to get done, and then I was also really pleased with what a great play by Van Jefferson on the long 68-plus yard, throw and catch by he and Matthew. I thought that was big for us, and then we punch it in a couple plays later.
Just really quick, before the Texans wanted to get out of the way, Van Jefferson, I know came in, back in, the left knee. What's the status on that?
He's good. Yeah, it was just kind of just banged it, and kind of like when you get a little bit of swelling in your knee, like a bursa sac. So he's going to be okay.
And then,
as kind of an emergency. He was feeling good enough to potentially go in if we did lose a couple bodies, but we kind of had an extra spot. It was like you're kind of given a 48th jersey, and because he felt good enough if he had to, that's why we had him up. But it was more, he was kind of right on that fringe, and we left him up, but we knew he wasn't going to play unless an emergency situation came up. I thought he did really well, Jordan. I thought our defense as a whole were really smothering. I know we see those points on the board at the end, but when you look at the guys, that are starters in our first groups, I thought they did a great job really applying pressure. I thought Raheem and the coaching staff had an outstanding plan, but I was really pleased with Ernest. I thought he flew around. I thought he was able to learn from a couple things early on in the game where he could be a little bit more decisive, a little bit better with some of the concept trigger and recognition, but once he settled in, you could see this guy's a football player, and I was really pleased with Ernest. He just got a game ball, and it was cool for him. Yeah.
Find yourself second guessing taking Stafford out?
No. My patience was a little thin, but I think when you get to those situations and scenarios, usually I think our coaches would all tell you it's a champagne problem to be in those spots, but that's usually when I'm the biggest basket case, because it's how do you really manage it? You can only get 48 guys up on game day. You want to be smart with your starters. You got a lot of guys who are saying if you get injured, and then when it gets to a two-possession game, you're thinking, all right, let's close it out, and to the guys' credit, they did that.
As a head coach, do you often know or ever know the point spread going into a game?
I would say sometimes I know about it, but what was it today?
16.5.
Oh, Vegas is good.
Lions played you tough, but three teams that have been struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Now Tennessee coming to town, which seems to be a little bit stronger team.
Yeah, no, they're a really strong team. I know just with some of the crossover we've had with them, every game in this league is difficult, and every single week it's about playing really well in that window of time that you're allotted. And I think consistently we've done a fairly good job of that this year, Gary, which is why we're 7-1. But this is going to be a great challenge. You look at what they have to provide and some of the players, the schemes. It's going to be a great challenge. I know just from seeing them, haven't really dove into the preparation, obviously, but seeing some of the quality teams they've beat, watching the prolific players that they have both on offense and defense, it's going to be a great challenge for us, and certainly something that can't wait to get started on that, but we'll enjoy this for a couple hours.
You don't have much time. You do have a few hours, but before you get to the trade deadline, talk about Deshaun Jackson.
Yep. I haven't talked to Les. I don't think there's any updates on that. I know there's been some dialogue with some teams, but again, I'll be able to kind of have some further clarity tomorrow and when we talk.
Is there anything coming in the immediacy of coming out of this game that you look at your roster and say, we need
I think there's always things that you're looking at. As you guys know, we're always going to look into different avenues and ways that we can potentially improve the roster. Whether that's out there based on the landscape of the rest of the league is something that, we'll kind of put our heads together and figure that out over the next 24 hours.
With a dark start and a pretty focused effort today, especially gratifying coming off a week that, by your standards, had some turmoil to it.
I think the sharp start was what we always want, Kevin, and so I was pleased with that. I would have liked us to score on that second drive, and that's where I kick myself because, there's different ways that I think we could have accomplished converting on that first down as opposed to, the play that I called right there. But overall, yeah, I was pleased with our team. I thought they did a good job being able to handle it. You know what I've loved, too? Everybody makes a big deal about traveling a couple time zones. We've had 3 games this year now where we've traveled the day before and we kick off at 10 a.m. in our players' heads. With this being a noon kickoff on Central Time, you look at New York and also Indianapolis. And I think that's a real credit to the maturity, the leadership of our team to be able to say, let's go on the road, business trip, get up, ready to go. And I think they've been ready to go in all 3 of those games from the jump. And so I think that's a real credit to our guys, and I'm really pleased with the leadership of this team.
Coach,
you have really good defense. Coming into this game, was there anything that you had to add or do differently to confuse a young quarterback like David?
Well, I think you always want to try to be able to blur it, make him make post-snap decisions. Never really give him the look that he thinks it is pre-snap, and then it's always about, all right, how muddy can you make it and how much can you delay that decision-making process based on whatever concept the offense is running, and specifically in the pass game. Thought we did a great job in some of the pressure situations where you're in known pass downs, being able to attack their protections, get some matchups that we wanted, and I think that was reflected in a lot of the sack production we had.
You and Raheem both mentioned this week about expanding Ernest Jones and some of the ability that he has that offers some of that flexibility. And on those couple of those known passing downs, you guys were in like a 3 linebacker set, but it was Taylor Rapp and Jalen Ramsey as the other 2 backers.
Sure.
Is that what you were talking about in terms of mixing those looks up because he can lend that sort of versatility?
Absolutely, Jordan, and that's what we'll try to do every single week, and part of that is a reflection of, okay, what are they doing, how do they want to protect with 5- and 6-man protections, and all right, and then also everybody's going to have a plan for 99, and how can we utilize that to our advantage, and so the more matchups that we can create, the better off it is going to be for us, and those joker-type players that you're alluding to, Ernest is certainly one of those guys, and that's something that we can build on for sure. Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah, that's always tough. I mean, that's part of the game. We got to have guys ready to come up when someone goes down, and we're pretty good at that. I think, like as a team, we got good depth.
I know you're still processing this and enjoying this win, but just curious, next Sunday with the Titans and Derrick Henry coming into town, a run-stopping guy like yourself, how do you kind of see that matchup?
I'm pretty excited for that matchup because I trained with Roger Saffold in the offseason, and I know that dude's one of the strongest dudes I've ever seen, so I'm kind of excited to go against him and see what I can do, so that should be really fun. And Derrick Henry is going to be an awesome challenge as well.
What do you like to play with
Ernest Jones balled out tonight. He was doing awesome. I mean, that interception was super cool. He was making good tackles, fitting up in the holes. Like, he did a good job, for sure. That was awesome. I knew he was ready, too. He's been practicing really well and showing what he's got, so.
Greg, how important was it for you guys to just kind of get through a 3-game stretch against and take care of business against 3 teams that were sort of have been struggling throughout the season?
I mean, it was good to get through them. You know, those are like, it happens all the time in the NFL. Like, teams lose when they're not supposed to. It's like any given week in the NFL, like, you can get taken down. Because it's still, at the end of the day, everyone here is NFL football players. We're all the best of the best. So it's like any week, you can get taken down. Any week, anytime. So you got to be prepared.
Greg, how has Ashawn Robinson progressed? You played a lot next to him today, especially early on, some impact plays between the two of you. So how have you seen him progress and sort of almost kind of come into his own as the season's progressed here?
He's been doing really well, like, because last season he had that, like, issue with, he missed a couple games at the beginning, and it took him a little bit to get in his groove, but I think he's found it. He's playing really well, getting great knockoff, making plays. He's doing a good job. He's really coming along good.
Was there anything you all did different coming into this week to confuse a young quarterback like this?
I don't think so. I feel like we just stuck to our normal stuff and just do what we do, man. I mean, we didn't change up much, and we just did our normal thing.
How do you feel? Seven and 1, sitting, pretty good in terms of maybe run for the playoffs and stuff. But how would you kind of assess where you guys are at?
It's definitely exciting. I mean, winning is always better than losing, for sure. But, we take it week by week. I mean, like I said, any week you can get beat in this league. Like, every team's good. Everyone's got good players. So we just got to take it week by week and keep going.
Greg, to go back to Ernest Jones for just a second, one thing you mentioned is how he prepares like he's the starter regardless if that's actually his role or not.
Mhm.
What have you noticed about his work ethic, whether it's this week or in weeks past, that directly translated to the way he has to play today?
I mean, I feel like since he got here, he's had, like, just a good, strong command at the middle linebacker position because, he's got to make the plays, stuff like that. So I feel like he's been doing that great since he showed up. And like you said, I mean, I feel like he does prepare like he's going to play every week, and it paid off. I mean, he balled out. It was awesome. It was awesome to see him play like that.
Greg, one of the things Sean just talked about is how when you guys go on the road, in your mind it might be a 10 a.m. game in New York and Indy and here. Why is this defense able to succeed in that situation?
I mean, I feel like we just don't worry about it, It's like, even if it is a 10 a.m. game for us or whatever, like, there's no problem for us. We don't mind getting up early and getting to work. And I kind of prefer these kind of games. You just wake up and play football. There's no sitting in the hotel room, like, thinking too much. You just wake up and go straight to work. So I like it. I prefer it, actually.
How much would you all lose last night?
I mean, it would be nice, but I'm just glad we got everybody in and everyone got to go out and play and have fun and get the young guys some love and get some reps in and show what they can do too. So I thought it was a good experience for everyone.
All right, all set?
Yeah.
Thanks, Greg.
Yep.
great.
How are you doing?
Good.
Hey, Ernest, what did it feel like to get that game ball?
Oh man, it felt great. Definitely wasn't expecting that, but just just being able to do stuff for my team and put us in position, to play, pretty good was just something that I just looked forward to and that I was happy with. So getting the game ball was another, add to the win and stuff.
Can you walk us through your interception?
Whew. I don't know, just out there in the flats and kind of felt the guy coming behind me. So no, I just wanted to play it. Whereas if I knew he was behind me, just trying to play it. Whereas the quarterback would think he wasn't, and he threw it and I caught it and tried to go get us a touchdown.
Ernest, what was this week like for you? Obviously, the opportunity was traded, bigger role for you, and then you go out here and start and have a pretty solid game.
It was just, kind of everything that I've been, wanting. I've been wanting, get a bigger role for this team and help us out. So when the news came about them trading Kenny, of course I wanted to be there for him. But I also knew, the season wasn't going to end, that those, they're vet guys in that locker room who are depending on me to, come in and, if not elevate our play, or you just keep it the same and not bring us down. So just from that moment on, I was just focused on trying to make sure my execution was on point and that I didn't bring the group down.
Do you have anything coming out of this game that you see that you need to work on?
I got to work on everything. I'm ready to get back and watch it. I just, just love getting better. Just love just being in the position where now I'm able to, help the team in ways that I like to. So I'm just going to keep getting better from everything.
It kind of seemed like as the game progressed, you're just kind of checking box after box after box in the stat sheet in terms of pass breakup, TFL, this type of thing. When you're kind of in the action in that way and so involved in that way, do you realize that that's happening, or are you just it's one play at a time for you?
It's kind of one play at a time, but, I come into every game and I want to affect the effect any way, tackles, breakups, anything. So, I'm kind of conscious of those things, but I'm not really focused on it. I'm just out there doing my job and doing what I love to do. So.
When you're 7-1, the old cliche, can you see the forest through the trees, of how well it's going, but still a long way to go?
Right. Yeah, there's definitely a long way to go. Nobody's looking, too far down the line. We got to take this, the next opponent one game at a time, because you can be looking too far ahead and 7-1 can turn bad. So we're just going to keep, one game at a time, one opponent at a time.
You said it surprised you to get the game ball. What will you do with that?
I'm going to keep it, frame it. I'm proud. I'm just happy that I was able to, help our team and just help those guys keep winning, man. That's all I want to do, so I'm just happy.
What did you all see on film coming into this week to know that you all could play the type of game that you all did today?
They have a good team as well. No, we knew it wasn't going to be easy, but it was more so just making sure that we were executing our stuff, making sure that we were in the right places, and they would have some success, they would make plays, but just as long as we were where we were supposed to be, we felt like we would come out with the victory.
And is that what makes the game a lot more easier when you got the rest, when everybody's on the same page?
Oh yeah. When everybody's on the same page on defense, it makes the game a lot easier. It makes it flow, and it just, makes us a real good team when we're all connecting.
Ernest, I noticed at one point during the week you spent a little bit extra time after practice with Chris Shula, just going over your play sheets and things like that. Was there anybody else you leaned on this week in terms of just wanting to immerse and absorb as much information as possible?
This week for me, man, all those guys have been like they knew the potential. They knew that I could play. But it was just for me this week, I wanted to go out there and show them that they could trust me, that they could depend on me, and that I'm going to come in and I'm going to play fast, physical, and play up to their standard. So that's what all week every guy was in my ear. Just play your game. Don't try to do too much, but just go play like you like to play. So each of those guys really helped me out this whole week. So I'm really thankful for this team.
And how is your conditioning in terms of playing that many defensive snaps? Are you getting tired at all, or at least
No, I'm always keep going, but I am gonna do a little bit extra conditioning just for this continued road.
Ernest, when you have the same preparation and same mindset every week, regardless of your role, I'm sure that's what probably allowed you to play as fast as you did.
Right.
I mean, how would you describe it, just being out there and just kind of being able to seamlessly, pick up your role and do what you're able to do?
It was amazing tonight. I could tell just like that I had been preparing because a lot of from the jump there was no like I wasn't playing too fast. I was comfortable. So just this whole week of preparation helped me out and just enabled me to go out there and play well. Not really. You know, it's just got to go out there and tackle, got to go out there and make plays. Defensively, we got to go out there and, you know, stop another good run game. So it is what it is. We'll be ready.
All set?
Thank y'all. Y'all have a great one.
Yeah, it was good. You know, obviously good to get a win. I thought our guys played really well up front, both in the run game and the pass game. You know, kept me clean. There were some big holes in there. Our backs ran it really physical and hard. Did some nice things in the pass game. You know, just a little inefficient early in some spots. You know, great first drive, and then just stalled out one too many times down there in the red zone. But, you know, proud of the way our guys battled. I thought, you know, coming out of the second half, wanted to score there, didn't, but we're able to get our feet under us and go play some good football. So always stuff to clean up, but plenty of good stuff out there as well.
What do you think of Joe Nalpoon's day and his preparedness coming in?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a guy to watch and learn from, in Witt every single day that's as good as it gets, as knowledgeable as it gets. Joe's just a quiet dude, doesn't say much, but every time he gets his opportunity, I've seen tape of him from, past years where he's, had opportunities for one reason or the other. And when he gets in there, he just plays. And he played great today. All those guys in there, including myself, everybody just trusts everybody in there to go out there and play to their strengths and their abilities, and Joe did that, so I'm happy for him.
How's it feel for you to be playing on a team that's 7-1 at this point in the season? And if I'm not mistaken, first time in your pro
Yeah, I believe so. I feel lucky. I feel lucky to be where I am, surrounded by the people that I'm surrounded by, both in the coaching staff and as players. It's a great group of guys. Everybody comes to work, puts their head down, grinds, has fun while we're doing it, enjoys being around each other, and then we're going out there on Sundays and doing a good enough job to get some wins. So, happy to be where I am, trying to enjoy it, trying to embrace it, and be as good as I can be for those guys, and lead the way.
And where do you feel you guys are as a team?
I know I say it a bunch, but every week you got to go out there and prove it. It doesn't matter what we did last week. Next Sunday, what we did today doesn't matter. We've got to go out there and play each individual game as its own. Are there things that we can build off of and bring confidence with? Absolutely. Things we did well, for sure. Are there things we need to clean up? Yes. But, I'm just proud of the resiliency of this team. Got a bunch of tough guys, tough-minded guys that, are battling through some stuff, playing through it, and going out there and making plays. So, big challenge ahead of us next week. It'll be nice to be back at home and play in front of our home fans.
Randy, this is the first time we've spoken to you since Don Jackson requested a trade. What was your reaction to that?
It was in the middle of the week, so the biggest thing for me is just trying to get prepared for this game. I have a lot of respect for what Deshaun's been able to do in the NFL. He's one of the all-time great deep threats. I was lucky enough to play with him, hit him on a long one, and got to see what that was all about. Man, it's really special. What he's able to do on the field. This is a business. I've been around this thing for a long time. Nothing really surprises me at this point. But I got a lot of respect for him. I know that our front office and our coaching staff are always trying to do what's best for our team, what they feel is best for our team. And what's best for Deshaun. So it's never easy. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we just move forward and continue to play ball.
On an entirely unrelated note, trick-or-treating plans, are you guys trying to make it back to LA in time for that?
I don't know. It's probably going to be a little late for my little ones. They're 4, so that's bedtime, I think, by the time we get back. But I'm sure I'll get some pictures. So.
You said that you all had a lot to clean up. Do you feel like y'all left some points maybe on the field?
For sure. Obviously got stopped down there on 4th down on one of the drives. And I love that Coach had the confidence in us to go out there and call a play and give us the opportunity twice, really, to go out there and try and score. Just on me to really execute better, in some of those instances. I can do a better job of giving some guys some chances. And, I just got total trust in those guys to bring it down. So I got to be a little bit better. And if I can be a little bit better, I know, the sky's the limit for this offense.
Now, a lot of elite coaches, and very coaches always say, enjoy the journey, enjoy the journey. When you're 7-1, is that a delicate balance when there's still more than half the season going? How do you balance that?
Yeah, I think you just embrace every day. You don't look ahead, you don't look behind, you don't say, look what we've done or look what we have to do. I enjoy coming to work, man. I'm surrounded by so many great teammates, guys that I enjoy being around. So many coaches that are the same. I love being around those guys, love coming to work, putting the hours in and trying to get a game plan together, go out there and execute it on Sundays with these guys. So it's not hard for me to enjoy. This game is difficult. There's a lot of work that goes into it. It's physical, it's mental grind, but at the same time, man, surrounded by a bunch of guys that I love going to battle with, and that makes it worth it and fun for me. Yeah, no, I just want I want our guys to succeed, whoever's in there, and some things to clean up there for sure. Just happy some of those guys got their opportunities. I know that they're going to look at that tape and say, man, where can I be better? But I feel like we did enough work early in the game to be able to be out at that point. but it's never easy to stand on the sideline, whether it's defense out there or somebody else running the offense. You always want to be playing, but at the same time, I understand it completely and try to be smart.
You had a pretty clean pocket today, but can you also talk about how great your running game was?
Yeah, it was great. I think they go hand in hand, right? Like if you're an offensive lineman and you're sitting there and you're pounding guys in the run game and our backs are making them pay with explosive runs and efficient runs, sure probably does make the job of pass blocking a little bit easier. There was a little bit of a streak there. We threw it a bunch of times, and those guys kept me clean, man. That's quarterback's dream. So I appreciate those guys. I can be more efficient when I do have a clean pocket and get some better balls out there to some guys. So, it goes hand in hand for those guys. We were able to, lean on them a little bit in the run game, and then, when it was time to pass, those guys kept me clean, which was great.
Sean entered the season, kind of began the season as he had in the past, prototypically conservative on fourth down in terms of deciding to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are now going for it more than he had in the past.
Okay.
And every time he has, you've sounded enthusiastic about that.
Yeah.
Are you someone who studies that portion of analytics, or is that something that you just are enthusiastic about?
No, I'm just enthusiastic about it. I let the number crunchers figure that stuff out. I'm more just feel the game, and as a player, when your coach says, "Hey, go for it on fourth down," like that's awesome. You want to go out there and you want to prove them right. Say, "Hey, you want to leave us on the field? Okay, you're damn right you should, because this is what's going to happen." And we did it once, didn't do it another time today, but hopefully we continue to do well on those and earn those opportunities, because analytics say that there's some opportunities there to score some more points. So I appreciate the confidence that he has in us as players, on us to go out there and continue to earn that confidence every single time he says it.
Last week and bring up some salary cap space and the Sean situation. Do you look at the trade deadline with any special anticipation?
I got no clue. I'm just I've been a part of it both ways. Buyers and sellers, and a whole lot of nothing. So NFL trade deadline is a little bit different than other sports. There's a whole scheme. You got to go in there and learn and do all that kind of stuff. You can't just plug a guy in and play shortstop and let him, see fastball, hit fastball. So a little bit more to it, but we'll see. I know we got a great group of guys in that locker room right now. If we end up getting somebody, whoever comes in, can be pleasantly surprised by a bunch of guys that really work hard and are about playing football the right way. And if we ride with who we got, I love it. So. Whatever happens, we'll figure it out.
All set.
Appreciate y'all.
No problem.
How you doing?
2 touchdowns today, Robert. Can you take us through each one?
First one, it's a little quick concept. Stafford was able to get his eyes downfield, kind of covered it right away. He was able to find a soft spot, work back in the middle, delivered it between 2 defenders, able to get started early and get on a touchdown. Other one, a little trickery, a little reverse. This eye candy coming back around. Had Kendall in front of me, Ben Sko in front of me, able to get in there untouched. Really just guys being in front of me, making it easy for me to score in that second one.
And that second one, was that the same play that you ran the other side that went for like 4 or 5 yards, or they kind of picked you up?
No. Different one than that one.
Okay. So for you, when you're up 38-0 and they're pulling a lot of starters, describe what that's like, especially in this group.
It's good. It means we're doing the right things. Obviously, you're putting up points. You're getting on them early. Playing football correctly, doing the right things. We're allowing some of our guys to get some experience, get some playing time. But other than that, I think it's just playing football the right way, being able to get a jump on guys early and score when we have to.
Robert, 7-1 at this point this season. Is that a pretty good place to be, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I would say so. It's good start. Just got to keep our head down. We got 2 games going to the bye week. Got a very important one coming up this week. The next game is always the most important. We got a big one at home. Goal is to get 8-1 and keep it rolling, keep it going.
For your receivers group in particular, as you guys go ahead, is there anything you'd like to see improve as a whole for your group?
Keep playing better. Myself, I would say this game I'm pretty hard on myself on this one. Really just making plays, being able to be a open target and catch them however they come, whether it's tip, just catch them all. I would say just keeping our drives going. We had some drives where we stalled out, going for it on fourth down, stalled out. But really, if we could keep these drives going, staying on the field, making these plays however they are, making the tough plays, I think we go a long way. Really just making every play, whether it's hard, easy, tough. We got a goal, we got a plan, we got to make everything happen.
Look from our angle that the onside kick took a really weird bounce right before it got to you. What did you see on that?
Yeah, I kind of saw it. I mean, it's the same thing. I seen the ball coming at me. It's kind of like one of those baseball positions, trying to time it up where you get a perfect hop. First one was a nasty bouncing spin. The second one was a nasty bouncing spin, but just the timing went off my head. Had to get on it somehow. And like I said, it was crazy spin in the air and just trying to get my hands on it. Next time, probably wouldn't bat that one away. But great kick. Almost came away with two of them. But really just got to find ways to make the tough plays and close out games.
That said that you all had some stuff that you need to clean up on offense. Do you also feel that you all left some points out on the field today?
Yeah, I would think so. Even just having some looks, I would say Houston played really good defense, able to get some different looks for us on some plays. And I think really just one of those things where we got a different look and able to communicate and learn from it, which is good because we're able to talk about it, move things around. Me and Cooper had a few conversations about some plays, but different looks allow us to get open faster, get open quicker. And I think just gaining that experience today from Houston, I think that'll be big to clean up on and really just expand our offense, make more plays. Like I said, making the difficult plays, any certain coverages, different reads, still making those plays work.
Robert, to score 38 points in a game where the wide receiver room clearly had a big distraction this week, you could make a case that some teams wouldn't have been able to do that. Hindsight being what it is, why were you guys able to still come together?
Got a game to play. Obviously, we ended up losing one of our receivers potentially this week. But other than that, it was still just stay the course, being able to have Van, play well. But really just being out there and have a rhythm, guys, just trying to stay locked in, obviously focus and get this win. But off the field stuff, we just got to let it go when we get in between those lines.
How happy are you guys to see Van doing well? It was that 68-yard catch you had on that single
Playmaker, getting his opportunities, being able to just get involved in his offense, whether it's short passes, being able to connect on that big one. I think it was 68. But really just opening it up. That's what we want in this offense. Keep it vertical, open up everything underneath, and Van making those big plays, keeping this offense and this passing game dangerous.
None of this is a league where it's any given Sunday, but how hard is it to stay focused coming into a game like this and seeing the Texans with their record and knowing that they've had a lot of turnover here and there?
Focus on us. Obviously, you're not really looking at a team's record. They have great players, great talent on their team on both sides of the ball. But like I said previous week, we got a goal. We got our own standard that we were focusing on. We're not really worried about the other team's record. We're working on our drives and being efficient on every single one, being efficient on first and second downs, being efficient on third downs, whether it's third and short, third and long. We're not really worried about the team's record. We got goals, we got plans, and we got to execute them.
Wrap it up with you, Derek. Robert, as much as we kind of read about and talk about Deshaun as a deep threat, you guys need a deep threat. Does that grate on you and Cooper and Van a little bit in terms of your own pride that you guys in fact are capable of running those kinds of routes?
Explosives are there. You see it. You've been seeing it for years. In our receiver room, been making explosive plays when we're asked to do so, whether it's a 20-yard crosser, the big 68-yarder, being able to catch a run for these big plays. But really it's just having these opportunities, having all these players who could do so. And, we're not worried about it. You guys are talking about it, but when you look at our receiver room, we have top explosive plays week in and week out and year after year. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it.